looks like we're live and just waiting for the runners to be ready to go. This is going to be Aether Tablet versus Team Phazite. Should be a good race. I'm pretty excited. I know.
I believe the only RA is Spring Ball.
Yeah, looks like it'll be pretty vanilla this time around. Nothing too crazy.
Well, have you seen some of the stuff Fuki has done with Spring Ball? I think there's plenty of room for crazy.
Yeah, we'll see what strats and stuff they know, what their knowledge base is, what they go for. But yeah, should be a good race. Just double checking RS. Yep, just Spring Ball, yeah. It looks like timers have started. We'll get this race going. Hello in chat for anyone who's joining us from the previous race. This is race 2 of 6. Another race happening simultaneously, so hopefully you guys have 2 monitors. And we're getting going. We'll see what our first few items are.
First item appears to be a missile expansion for Prime, so nothing that will help the Echoes player with the Alpha Splinter.
Oh, Beam and Temple Grounds. That's actually very good for Synth. Assembly set. Yeah, nothing but expansions to start with, which is kind of lame. Hopefully we see something to help with Albert.
And we see that Adraxis has moved on to the harder part of this fight. The AI for the Alpha Splinter is actually better than the AI for the Dark Alpha Splinter. So as long as you keep moving, the Dark Alpha Splinter will never hit you.
Yeah, that first phase, I get hit way too many times on that. Dodging it just feels wonky because it breaks lock-on.
Yep, I once tried to dodge it. It broke the lock-on. I ended up jumping straight up and landing on top of it and taking 2 hits of damage.
Oh, that's good. Especially with 1 E-Tank, too.
Yep.
Looks like we are getting our Prime hints. Both Echoes players take out Albert, no problem. Get a missile for their troubles.
Oh, is that Seekers? Yeah, that's Seekers.
Ooh.
So Seeker Launcher, Space Jump, or Morph Ball Bomb locked.
Yeah, I imagine both these players, as soon as they get a Space Jump and get a chance, they will come back and get that with the Slope Jump. It's like Defiled Shrine, Fiery Shores, Phazon Grounds, Dynamo Works, Aegon Energy Controller, Dark Aegon Temple. Okay, so Worms.
Well, that's the least worst of the 3 to do.
Yeah, Battleground and ATS. So not too bad. We do get Worm Jam.
We don't know which battleground yet, so that could be Dark Visor locked.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Looks like Ivy is going straight for the jump. Oh, and he gets it. Not bad.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. I'm actually a little surprised Adraxis didn't go for that.
Well, I mean, if you're expecting to just go dip into Aegon and come back here, it's not like you lose a lot of time by leaving it, because you'll probably have bombs or space jump when you come back.
Yeah, going into Aegon with Dark Beam is very nice, though.
True, you don't have to orphan that in cache. Quadraxis is a missile expansion.
Yeah. I think Elias went straight into Chozo, by the way, so Fuki will be the first person to go down and see what's in the transport tunnel at the bottom of Root Cave.
You know, with the way these seeds have been turning out, vanilla bombs for Prime is fairly common.
Don't
Sonic Boom.
Started. Vanilla bombs is a curse. Of the charge beam combos, Sonic Boom is actually kind of nice if you have enough ammo with your Annihilator beam.
Oh yeah, it lets you damage the Grapple Guardian through his invincible frames.
Hmm.
With the multiplayer items on, Sunburst is also fairly useful because you can one-shot Boost Guardian.
Yeah, there's some kind of niche uses for all the charge beams. Also, nice nothing there on Elias's stream. Dark Burst is very good for Blog. Oh, there's the first Aegon key.
Were you able to get a look at what was in Mining Plaza from either of the runners?
Not yet. I'm not sure if they peaked yet either. I'm currently watching
skipping Hive Totem. Oh, and there's Super Missile behind Hive Totem.
Yeah, very nice. Be watching Fuki's stream real quick because I think there was something on Grapple Edge, so we're gonna get another look at it right now. Oh, it looks like, I believe that is Plasma on Grapple Edge. Yeah, with that supers in tow, I'm sure Elias is most likely going to beeline it to tree after taking the save. Second Aegon key is behind Worm Jam. Or not Worm Jam, Beetle Jam. The other jam.
And both Echo's runners are going to Bomb Guardian now. Ivy is setting up for the 2 cycle.
Looks like Echo's space jump is up on Vault Ledge.
And it looks like Ivy just misses the 2 cycle.
Yeah, just barely. Both finishing Bomb Guardian at like the same time. Nice sync up there. And missile.
And the missile expansion. I would personally just leave this.
Looks like Space Jump was in tree, by the way. So both Echoes and Prime should have their Space Jump pretty quickly on both sides.
And now Adraxis can get out of this room.
Ivy will unfortunately be BK a little bit longer until Fuki heads into Hype Totem. Still no Morph Ball on Prime side, so they're a little stuck. There's a couple more things they can do, though, including getting that Plasma Beam off of Grapple Edge with that Space Jump, if they know the jump.
Ooh, X-ray visor.
Oh, it's X-Ray. I can't see. I thought that was Plasma.
And I could not tell what was behind the gate in Mining Plaza.
I have a hard enough time seeing that in-game, let alone on stream. So we did get X-Ray when we do have space. Oh, what is that? Got a peek what was that upper Beetle Jam. Not catch what it was, though. Yeah, there's something in Upper Shrine. Clearly important enough that Elias might stay there and wait for a minute. Although with X-Ray and space, curious if Elias will go do Root Cave at some point. Yeah, it may have been a translator, may have been like Amber or something. Thought I saw a tinge of yellow or orange. Ivy Paw currently getting a tutorial on how to use Morph Ball Bombs. Not doing too well with that tutorial.
And Adraxis is fighting Dark Missile Trooper. Unfortunately, has to do the actual fight. Don't have anything to skip it or make it easier. And E-Tank. You know, I would dupe that a couple times, just to be safe, since we don't have suits. If you do not have bombs, which Adraxis currently does not, they could just go back into that room and DMT will spawn again.
I did not know that. Fuki's gonna grab her space jump right here, which should lead her pretty quick to grab Ivy's space jump. Kind of a slow start here. Early space is not necessarily the best early progression. It is nice to have for sure, but Morph Ball on Prime side and bombs on Echoes is much more preferred.
Well, with that space jump, Adraxis is going straight for that Dark Beam.
Yeah. Seekers?
Yeah, yes, Seekers.
Probably will
the
loop
Dark
around
Beam
and get
too.
the Dark Beam though. Yeah, you're right. Looks like Elias will be the first one to go check Root Cave.
And I still could not catch what that item is.
Oh, in Mining Plaza. I keep not looking when they're looking at it. Nice jump there from Elias. Gets the dash first try.
Believe that said missile upgrade in Reliquary.
Ooh, I think that's Wave Beam? Yeah, it is Wave Beam. Nice. Nice early Wave Beam. Okay, that opens up a fair amount in Chozo that they can do. A little bit locked by Morph Ball still, but...
Was that behind the X-ray check?
Yeah, that was a Root Cave. Not going for Arbor Chamber early, though. Looks like Fuki's trying to get a peek up what's at the upper shrine. Yeah, that's true. We do have a suspicious amount of Prime Missiles, so Tower of Light might actually be something. Could we possibly have Morphball on Tower of Light?
That would be horrible.
Actually wouldn't be that bad in the grand scheme of things, just because of how limited they are on options. It'd be pretty direct logic.
Well, they have Wave Beam, so it could be Tower Chamber.
Yeah. Guess we'll find out. Looks like Liza's heading there right now.
And Ivy is also choosing not to dupe that energy tank.
Yeah, 2 is kind of comfy for Echoes. It's not too bad. I'm sure they'd want a couple more, but... Looks like Elias is going to opt to check Tower Chamber before Tower first. The unfortunate fall. Ooh, and a boost ball.
With no bombs, that doesn't really get Adraxis anything right now. But I would be suspicious of sand processing.
Hmm. Yeah, one thing that these Tower of Light dashes that Eliza's doing here, something that I was taught recently, is at the very end when you're about to land in the side of the Tower of Light, repressing L makes it much easier to stick in there.
And we have a Tower of Missiles.
Alright, so just for the boost ball, I guess. No more ball, unfortunately.
Ivy is continuing through to GFMC. Now, this currently is not in logic because we do not have Emerald, so you're not expected to escape, but that is definitely worth it.
That is a good find. Unfortunately, you cannot dupe bombs.
He's still going to do it for the
He's
hell
going
of it.
to anyway.
So that would tell me that Emerald is probably coming up soon.
That would be interesting.
The game could expect him, because it doesn't take save warping into account, it could expect Ivy to just sit in this room until Fuki finds Emerald.
Yeah. Oh, there's something down there.
Unfortunately, Ivy doesn't have any tools needed to get it.
Yeah, I think... What was that? That might have just been ammo, actually.
I think it might have been Sunburst.
Oh, that too. It was something glowy-ish. But not like in a good glowy way. It's like we got the double root cave crew going on up here. Fuki going for that root cave, and I believe Elias is trying to go for early arbor chamber.
Echo Spider in Command Center. That is a good find.
We're starting to get dangerously close to Sank entrance, and I don't like it. Very nice from Elias. That was very clean. Just the missile expansion. It's good to have that done and cleared out, though. Yeah, I think at this point, both, or at least just Elias, is not a whole lot left to do with that ball.
And there is ball.
It is. You complain about it, it shows up.
I believe that said key, so that means Dark Visor is required.
Alright.
So I'm pretty sure the Scan Dash in Command Center is the only one in Echoes that's considered beginner logic. Which is kind of strange to me, because that one's pretty hard.
Which one?
If you don't have Space Jump, you can ride the elevator up and Scan Dash across the gap.
Oh. Also, nice screw attack behind ship. Adraxis is going to immediately turn around and utilize that to get into the vanilla Dark Beam location, I believe. Or not?
Gotta do the fight.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any weird shenanigans with it, but I think you can screw attack the lock on the door on the left there before fighting Dark Samus and just go straight and check that check first.
Yep.
It's kind of what I was expecting. It's like at some point Elias either got an expansion or main PBs. I missed on which one it was.
I didn't
main
get
PBs.
it either.
Yeah, main PBs and Frigate Craft Site. Okay. In lieu of bombs, that does help, actually.
And there's an artifact. Now, the good thing is that does reload the room, so Adraxis can't, if this is something, can just do screw attack to get into that gap.
Where did Fuki get bombs? Wait, hold up, what?
That was GFMC Crate.
Oh, right, yeah. I already forgot. Fuki's gonna climb tower and unfortunately find nothing but sadness. Well, actually, probably not climb tower, just cutscene it. Yep.
Yep. Oh, looks like we have Prime Spider as well. And an STK.
Nice.
So that beetle room is just full of treasure today. And Adraxis showing off Platform Pirate, my favorite of the space pirates. And super missiles in Doomed Entry.
Interesting. With Screw Attack, I wonder if that points to I can't remember the name of the room. The one in the back of Light World Labs.
Oh, that would totally point to that room.
Yeah.
There tends to be a lot of stuff in Storage C with these settings.
It just seems way too obvious this early, getting Space, Screw Attack, and Supers that fast. Oh, we need Echo's Bombs. That's right. So, after Echo's Bombs, it'll feel really obvious. Always a big fan of seeing the spring ball movement. There's something really fun about just rolling around as a morph ball for like 6 rooms in a row.
Unfortunately, Echoes does not get that.
Yeah.
Or maybe fortunately, considering some of the things you can do with Spring Ball.
I'm just a casual spring ball enjoyer. Usually for CGC, I prefer not to have it.
And Adraxis appears to be having issues with the stream.
Should be back up soon.
And Ivy gets the Screw Attack.
Looks like Ivy will be on his way to finding the supers too pretty soon here. Imagine we'll do a Dark World trip after doing White World stuff in labs.
Nadraxis is going through the GFMC loop and will be rewarded with those Prime Bombs.
Well, unfortunate how late that is, though, because Elias is basically going to have to retrace his steps and repeat pretty much all the stuff they've done so far.
Fuki is picking up main PBs.
Yeah, a little back and forth here. I don't think there's really a clear person out in front. Still kind of just early game collecting items. Might give a slight edge to Aether Tablet, just because they have the supers. But that's about it. Not much. I think it's largely going to depend on the next few items of progression and where they go based on those.
So, in order for the Dark Samus 1 fight to not be a one-way check, you need either Dark Beam, Screw Attack, or Morph Ball Bombs. And with Morph Ball Bombs, you need at least one of those silos to survive the battle.
That's a terrifying thought. I may or may not be soft-locked here. Yeah, time to see if... Is this Light Beam? It is Light Beam, okay.
That is a nice thing to pick up.
Yeah, that's a... So, at least Ivy knows where that is. Also, I did not know you could break those rocks with Boost Ball.
Woo! I have never attempted to do that like that. That is interesting.
On Ivy's screen? Yep. Yeah. That was cool. Dark Oasis is a missile-related upgrade. Hopefully nothing important.
It can't be anything important. The only missile system that is out there is Seekers, and we know where Seekers are.
Oh, true. Yep. You know, it's really nice casting with someone that actually knows Echo stuff. I feel like it's either just myself or someone who's
And there
also a
is the
Prime player.
Emerald Translator. So, Morph Ball bombs are now logical. So it looks like the game did expect the Echoes runner to go through GFMC, pick up Prime bombs, and then wait in the save station while the Prime player uses bombs to collect Emerald.
Also, Karar in chat beat me to it. Sank entrance, question mark? Just need power bombs?
Echoes power bombs.
Yeah.
I could not see what was in Pod W. But Adraxis doesn't appear to want it. I am confused. Oh, they do have Dark Visor.
Oh, where do you get Dark Visor? I actually completely whiffed on that one.
I didn't see it either.
Unlimited beam
Unlimited
ammo.
beam ammo.
Woo!
That is a nice thing to have.
Especially early on, because if nothing else, that actually saves time by just skipping all the ammo expansions you see.
Also makes Chika a lot more bearable.
Oh, Dark Visor is behind Zoid. Looks like.
I think that's beam ammo in Pod W. Adraxis does not have enough to get this. On Various Suit, you need 4 E-Tanks.
Maybe just trying to see if it was double damage or not from a distance. Couldn't see it. It's like Fluky's going into Flaggles, by the way. And Elias is in Far Chozo.
Well, Fuki has Spider, so that getting Flagra out of the way will allow them to check Wild, too.
Yeah. Doing it from behind is always nice, too.
So you actually can tell the multiplayer items from a distance. So double damage and unlimited beam ammo use the original model for a beam expansion. So they have dark beam on one side and light beam on the other. Looks like Adraxis is going to check Hall of Honor dead, which is a good play in my opinion. You can then just carry on through to Meeting Grounds and get that hint.
Yeah, honestly, very good routing from both sides. It's been nothing that I've like severely disagreed with. They're doing especially the Prime players, they're just doing the thing where they're just, if something's nearby it, you don't skip it, you just check it.
Looks like Adraxis completely walked past the Defiled Shrine hint, though. Oh, that looks like a visor.
Wasn't X-ray, must have been thermal.
I mean, Adraxis has boost. I would have just picked that up. Because, you know, it's not particularly useful, but it's helpful in Prime. For Essence.
I guess it depends on how confident the Prime player is in their visor. Usually, I'm betting Adraxis asked Elias if they wanted it or not, or something similar. Elias probably said no.
That's fair. But Elias should also keep in the back of his mind now that Thardis could potentially be in Logic.
Also, Adraxis does not have bombs. That's right. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, right. Then couldn't get out of the boost slots.
Mm-hmm. It's like Abby's gonna find those supers. Question in my mind is, where are these Echoes bombs?
Oh, that was nice from Fuki. Just springballed over that gate.
Nice. Getting out from that gate from the backside can be kind of a pain. A little bit easier with Boost Ball.
Which I believe neither Prime player has yet.
Yeah, unfortunately. Ooh. Nice dark suit over in Dark Labs.
That is a really good find.
Looks like Elias is going to try to do Magma Pool Dash.
So with Dark Suit, actually no, it was already logical because they had supers. Torvis is in logic through the front door. And they have boost, so it's also in logic through, and Emerald, so it's in logic through the side door too.
Oh, Elias was going for the standable method through Magma Pool? Ooh. The R jump for that is a little rough.
Don't see people do that often.
Yeah, honestly, the dash is just easier. I do have to say, though, the standable method is pretty swag.
Adraxis picking up the Dark Suit as well.
See if Elias gets it this time. Ooh, nice. Okay, they did get it. Good R jump. I did not catch what that was. Must have not been that important.
It was a missile expansion for Echoes.
Gotcha.
I think that check right there, that little morph ball tunnel, I think that was the only thing I never figured out when I was a kid in Prime.
Oh, yeah. Training chamber access? Yeah. Looks like nothing of consequence over in Magma Pool, so if Fuki does not do that until later, we'll not get punished for that.
Picking up the key, and we see Ivy preparing to fight Jump Guardian. So, fun fact, Jump Guardian is already loaded into this room before the cutscene. You just cannot see it. So, by standing right there and firing into seemingly nothingness, you can damage Jump Guardian.
Oh, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can't kill it outright. You still have to trigger the cutscene and shoot it at least once. I don't know why, but that's just how it works.
Drax is checking the broom closet. We'll find nothing but a missile. Looks like a worm key on Battleground.
I believe that's the last worm key.
Or Jump Guardian. Yeah, so Worms had a artifact, but we could not see what was in Mining Plaza. Don't have Echo for it anyway. Do you need an Annihilator for that one? I don't remember.
No, you do not.
Just Echo, okay. Since they know that it is an artifact, we'll see if they choose to do it now or just kind of like save it off till later.
I would do it now because you're right here.
Okay.
Like, it's going to be out of the way at any other point in the game, so might as well just get it done.
My only worry with that is Prime's getting pretty close to BK. So that's my logic, is like, makes more sense to do checks to keep them moving.
That is fair.
Also,
Adrax is just killing that Lightbringer.
Yeah, bit of a side-by-side from Adraxis and Ivy, doing the same exact thing at the same time. Both are going to fight Echo. Mining Plaza must have had something, because that's it right there. Yeah, quite the amazing sync up there. Someone's able to, they should clip that. It is actually terrifying how synced up there. What is happening? Oh, never mind. The Drax is going a different way.
And Fuki is in Wyvern's thinking bomb slot.
Yeah, Elias is doing Flaggles that Fuki did earlier, and Fuki's doing Far Chozo, which Elias did earlier. So they're both cleaning up their Chozos. Oh, yeah, Adraxis lost the unlimited beam ammo. Can go get it, though, because they did die? Yeah, it's a little out of the way, so I don't know if Adraxis will go back to that unlimited beam ammo.
I guess Ivy is going for a save warp here.
I'm going to assume Mining Plaza was not anything important, because they have everything forward to do Worms now and then do Mining Plaza, so they don't seem to be doing it. Unless it's just a matter of wanting to do other checks first.
Oh no, I see what they're doing. Okay. They're just getting to this part of Light Labs easier.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And still no Echoes bombs. Not even a power bomb.
Oh, no bombs for Worms. Right. I keep forgetting that. Where are bombs?
They could be the GFMC ship.
Oh, after Jump Guardian? Yeah.
Adraxis going into Mining Station B. They will not be able to get out of here, but they can find out what this is. That looks like a prime power bomb.
Yeah, power bomb expansion. Unfortunately, not very helpful.
I just realized that neither Echoes player has Amber either. So we are 40 minutes into this, and Echoes bombs and Amber Translator has not shown up. I would be considering going to Torvis right now, because at least you can get those hints with the Emerald Translator.
Yeah, that might be the play. We're at a point now where Echoes has to find the progression. They don't have bombs, so they're pretty limited on what they can do. Looks like Elias will be going back to doing heat runs. Probably trying to go get Lava Lake real quick. For E-Tank, should be pretty comfortable to get this. If Elias wanted to, they could probably go and do Twin Fires as well. I don't know if they've done that yet or not. 4 is enough for that, I believe. Oh, and Workstation, yeah. I don't think...
Cutting it really close here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, after Lava Lake, there's not a whole lot left you can do.
And Dark Ammo Pod W.
Ivy and Adrax is doing simultaneous Seeker on different doors. Alright, cool. What's on ship? Annihilator.
That is interesting. Okay, so that puts Incash 2 in logic. Because they have Screw Attack and Dark Beam, so they can get there. That would be an awful place for bombs.
Looks like Adrax is going to check that FTA hint first. Just a joke hint. Ivy did find that unlimited ammo, by the way, so if he makes it out, we'll have a very slight advantage in that regard.
They also, let's see. Oh, I was just going to say, this is in logic now, because with Annihilator, they already have Echoes. Or Echo Visor. And Adraxis can just continue to phase on grounds and find out what that is as well.
Hmm. Elias is going to be cutting it very close with this heat run. You can get the Twin Fighters item, and with another save and another attempt, it is possible to reach the tunnel with power bombs. Actually, might have enough health here, just barely. It's going to be pretty close.
Morph Ball Bomb. That is awful. Echo Visor, Annihilator, locked, Morph Ball Bomb.
That is very awful.
Ivy grabbing his Annihilator. So he should be right. Did Adraxis go to phase on grounds?
I don't think so. I think that would be a new check.
I would have done that right there, but I guess they just got excited with the bombs. Explosives are fun after all.
Yeah.
Ivy picking up bombs as well.
Pretty close on that. Glad to see that one didn't get left too far behind on that. Yeah, it seems like Adraxis and Ivy are pretty even as far as decision making and gameplay goes.
Phase on Pit is an artifact. Or phase on ground. I always keep wanting to call this room a pit, probably because of the endless chasm.
Yeah. Elias did get the heat run, and the jump through Twin Fires is now on the backside of Magmore. So could see an early Thardus here, and also see what's over at Workstation.
Ice Beam hint.
Oh, I missed it. What was it?
It's 4 rooms from somewhere I couldn't see where.
Wait, from Sky Temple Key 3.
Fuki appears to just be chilling in that save station. Visor hint, that was not needed.
Yeah. Joke hint, nice. Always good. Alright, Elias breaking into Fen. Who needs Varia?
Looks like Fuki.
Very nice dash from Elias.
Yeah, making that look easy.
Bending it like Beckham over there. Gets a power bomb for his troubles.
Looks like Ivy is going through Sank. Cannot get the item in Sank entrance without the power bombs, though.
Mm-hmm. He just kind of grabbed that hint, I believe. So we'll see what that is.
Does not have Cobalt.
Oh, correct. It's not going to grab the hint. I lied.
I think the play here is Torvis.
Yeah.
Or
I think that's a pretty
alternatively,
good
now
call.
that they have bombs, they could check sand processing in labs. As well as storage C.
Yeah, those little exploder balls are very scary. I learned that the hard way. That Ivy is currently dealing with. Yeah, we'll see if this pays off. Elias breaking into Fen does give them a considerable advantage over Team Phazite. Yeah, that's a lot of checks to have early before getting Varia.
Yeah, even if he turns up nothing, that's still stuff that Fuki will probably have to do.
Mm-hmm. Also, Ivy's saying, no thank you, I don't need power bombs. I'm going to check sick entrance anyway.
Good for him. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was very clean. Well done. Didn't see what it was, but Ivy has decided that he doesn't need it.
And it appears Adraxis is going to do labs cleanup. And there is Grapple Beam.
I guess that puts, that doesn't do anything, actually. Never mind. I guess that puts X-Ray in logic? This is X-Ray and grapple.
That it would, yeah.
It might be in logic with just space, though. I'm not sure what the logic is on that.
And this right here is why I wouldn't have picked up that missile expansion for Bomb Guardian. Collecting the Bomb Guardian item is what changes the layer from the War Wasps. So if you just leave that item, the War Wasp hive does not despawn.
So Draxus now has to do the BSJ in order to get up on the rock.
Yep.
What was the item, by the way? I didn't see what it was.
I did not either. But they apparently want it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a PB expansion.
Yeah, I would want that too.
That's very good to have. Yeah, very nice with the BSJ. Ivy finding not a whole lot over in Hall of Combat Mastery. Gonna go ahead and check Hazing Cliff and Culling Chamber. Adraxus bullying the Space Pirate as they make their way to the bomb slot.
Bomb slot does not work until the pirates are dead, unfortunately. And that is Prime Boost Ball in Hazing Cliff.
Do you remember what Cobalt was?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was. Prime Boost Ball is very nice to have. Hazing Cliff is in a terrible location, so I'm sure Aether Tablet will have that at some point, but it's not really required until you either go to Mines or fight Ridley.
I was going to say, based on the items they had, there's probably not anything important in Sync right now, but Ivy's proving me wrong.
Yeah.
And Fuki is doing the out of bounds to skip that plasma door.
All done on early arbor.
Unfortunately, no real reward for it.
Grapple was in Echo's game?
Yes.
Yeah, Cobalt was Hive Chamber B, Grapple was somewhere.
Hive Chamber B. And there is Sunburst.
Oh, I'm actually going to grab it. Nice boost balls to get back off.
That? I have never considered doing that.
Yeah. That room always scares me, because if you fall all the way down, getting back out is kind of a pain.
And Ivy appears to be going for quad right now. Probably just wants to use the body to jump to the other door.
Yeah. Nice little cameo from Quad. Yeah, Quad is not required, so I'm pretty sure you are correct on that, and Ivy's just using this as basically a tunnel.
And Adraxus has entered Torvis.
Still looking for that Varia suit to get Fuki moving. Ooh, Cannonball in the... I forget where this place is.
Well, Adraxus opened the gate, so they should, if they try hard enough, they should be able to preserve that.
Yeah.
Adraxis is having no luck with those Seekers.
Yeah. Ugh, having to go back and get more.
No, it appears that Ivy is doing the entire fight.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. It's a little interesting. I guess we don't have a Tumos hint, so that might be why.
True, and you can use the light beams for fast travel, so...
Yeah, actually, if you have to be here anyway, and you can do that to move around, that's actually not a terrible idea. Still curious where this Varia is, though. This is a very long time to go without it.
I'm still feeling it being in Torvis.
Yeah. Earlier, I thought there was a possibility of being like Hazing Cliff or something, because that seems to be a pretty common spot for stuff like that. But clearly not. Maybe Meditation Vista? Or did we already see that?
Meditation Vista's an ETM.
Gotcha. Well, we'll see what Taurus Plaza and Boost Guardian has. Yeah, I actually quite like this play from Ivy.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, this could turn out really well for him. Just having easy access to all the energy controllers.
Especially with, like... it's an hour it is still pretty early to do quad. So that gives them plenty of time to actually make use of the teleporting around. I don't hate it.
The only thing I don't like about it is that Fuki is still sitting in BK with nothing to do.
Yeah. Ivy is very good about playing under pressure in situations like this, though, and not making hasty decisions based on someone being in BK or not. Because at the end of the day, you don't know where Varia is. It could be anywhere. So you're still doing checks in Sank where it could be. So that's probably the mindset he has going for this.
And there's the ATS artifact. Can you tell how many Fuki has?
Fuki has 3, and Elias has 2. SDK count one wise, we have 1 apiece.
So ATS was an artifact and an STK.
Lovely.
No matter how many power bombs you bring into that room, you somehow always end up needing to get a power bomb drop.
Yeah. It's like Fuki's going through double checking hints. Ivy's checking Vault will find nothing. Gets bullied by a respite. Elias doing early Fen. Fendrana's been interesting. Not a whole lot here, actually. Bit surprising. The players saw Mining Plaza. The commentators did not. We could not tell what it was. But both Echoes players did peek it.
Ice Spreader. That could be pretty useful for Prime.
Yeah. I did not see what was on Sheegoth. Was not that good, though, if Elias is turning around.
I hate that slope jump that Ivy just did.
That looks nasty. Yeah, not a fan.
It's a little slower, but I find it much easier just to, from that platform, screw attack into the little blue screen. If you land it, the game will instant morph you, but then you can just roll like a couple centimeters and demorph.
Okay. Yeah, we're kind of in like a sort of a lull as far as the seed goes. I'm a bit surprised that Elias's gamble on going to Fen from the far side heat run did not work out. There was just nothing here.
I am surprised too.
Yeah, that's a big area and a lot of checks to not really have anything. We'll do a heat run for this transport item. And I don't know how this would work out from this side, but potentially enough to do Warrior Shrine as well.
And Adraxis gets the power bomb on Boost Guardian. Mostly, anyway. Nope. Looks like it worked.
Just an
And
E.
for, yep. But hey, that helps for the heat run.
I was gonna say, yeah. Yeah, hold up. That pretty much guarantees the Warrior Shrine. Looks like unlimited missiles. And does Elias not have a power bomb to check lower? Maybe just opting to check Triclops pit instead. Yeah, you know what? This makes sense. Is with the health refill probably has a bit more time than when you would have just going normally.
And then he could always just come back and do it again.
Yeah, I think that's what Elias's thought process is. Just an Echoes E-tank. Not gonna have enough time for lower though, or storage cavern.
Well, there is an SDK. Kind of surprised Adraxis is just walking past that. They have what they need to get it.
Ooh, Plasma Beam. For Fuki.
Well, that puts the out of bounds they just did in logic.
Yeah, so that Plasma looks like it was at Sanctuary Energy Controller.
Once again,
Sorry.
there is value in hearing the words of O'Lear.
Yeah. Elias going back in for another heat run. At this
might as
point,
well.
yeah, Elias has done heat runs from 3 different directions now, and is pretty close to like almost full clearing Magmore with nothing but heat runs. I think all that's left is bottom of Warrior Shrine, storage cavern, and plasma processing. Everything else has been checked. It's pretty impressive considering he only has 5 E-tanks. I mean, if nothing else, even if no progression is found out of logic, Elias is a huge head on Fuki, just like with the sheer amount of checks that he's done, and we'll be able to go do other things later.
So when Elias's progression is found, he can just beeline it.
Yeah, probably going straight for mines. Honestly, Fuki's best bet, if she has the beams to do it, might be to go straight to mines and skip Madrona altogether, but might be a bit of a ballsy play.
I don't know if you'd think to do that.
Well, the only reason why I think you would want to and part of the reason why maybe there's nothing in Fen is by the time we get Varia, we might have all beams, and there's no artifacts in Fendrana. So that
That's
might be
good.
a sign
That's
to
a
go
good
straight to
thought.
mines. Yeah, we'll see. It is a bit of a gamble. Looks like Ivy Paw's going for that spider reward. I can't remember the name.
Dynamo Works.
Yeah, Dynamo Works, thank you. Ooh, does get it. Well done.
Nice.
That is 2 seeds in a row that there's been an artifact there.
Okay, life support system, that's probably not important. There is Dark Torvis Key 2. And a hint for the Hive keys, which we do not need.
That is 2 of 3 Chica keys on Adraxis' side, by the way. Did we get a Chica hint yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I was trying to remember, but I'm getting a little bit of the seed bleed. I'm sure Elias is gonna hear the heat critical sound in his nightmares.
And Adraxis is going to lower Torvis. No gravity boost, but it could be here. I'm starting to think that Incash 2 is something.
Oh, that's right. No one's gone there yet, have they? Ivy's gonna check Tumos. It is just a missile. These warps are going to be huge, though. This is the play we were talking about earlier. So Ivy now has the ability to warp to any other main energy controller, which is incredibly fast access across. And I believe this could be logical to get into certain places you wouldn't normally be able to, if I'm correct, right?
It can be.
It's warping around like it's cool.
Yep.
Go straight into Torvis.
And
Also,
there is Amber Translator. 1 hour and 11 minutes into the game.
Excited to see Varia and Sandcash. Yeah, this is still anyone's race. I definitely give the edge to Aether Tablet just because of the amount of work that Elias has done in BK. As I always say, what you do in your downtime can make or break a race. That being said, though, based on where progression is later on, and this whole light suit or I don't remember what they're called, the light beams that you can travel with could be a big game changer as far as Team Phazite's chance to win. It's honestly kind of exciting. I have no idea who wins this based on where we're at. Man, where is this Varia?
Oh, just
right
barely.
in front of the elevator. Yeah, I was watching it too. Just barely missed it. There is a possibility we get Ice Beam before Varia, and they'll be up to the Prime players to actually find their own Varia behind Ice.
We have had the hint for Ice Beam.
Hmm. Oh, what was the hint?
It was a proximity hint, but I didn't see where it is
that's right.
close to.
It was next to, I think, Sky Temple Key 3 or something like that.
Well, they could go check their hints and find out where Sky Temple Key 3 is. I think that would probably be the play right now.
Yeah.
Because they have supers and seekers, they have dark suits, so they can get there. They have more than enough energy to make it, especially at Draxus, which it looks like that's what they're doing.
I think you're completely right. I think that's probably one of the best things you can do right now, because getting your prime players moving is going to be extremely important right now.
Elias is going for the heat run again. Don't blame him, he was so close that last time.
Yeah, Elias is very close to just not needing Varia at all.
Well, I mean, the extra armor would still be nice.
Yeah. Ooh, that... come on. I don't know if one E-take is enough to get through the tunnel. I guess we'll find out.
Oh, it's definitely not because they took the hits.
Yeah. That turret.
Storage C is Sky Temple Key 3, so that means... I believe proximity hints can take portal transitions into account. But that probably means the dark beam storage. Sync map station. Yeah, the storage that's locked by dark beam. Right off of command center. I forget which letter it is.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they hadn't grabbed that yet, though. Is there something else they need for it? Or they just
I did not catch what that was.
Oh, wait, take a look.
If anyone in chat saw those, could you post those? Because I was not paying attention to the right screen.
Oh, me either. Plasma processing was the last one. I did see that one. Gravity chamber, hive entrance, sync map, and plasma processing. Good lord.
Ooh, hive entrance. So light suit is required. Light suit is required for 2 of those.
Nah, just get 12 E-tanks and then you can do plasma processing without Varia. Yeah, Cobalt required, light suit required.
We know Cobalt is Hive Chamber B, so Ivy could just go get that. Probably doesn't remember that he's orphaned it.
Oh, Elias is getting so close to getting out with that artifact.
Yeah. They'll probably give it another try. They don't really have much to do otherwise.
It would seem like that Fuki has also had enough as attempting to do heat runs.
I mean, Ivy has picked up a couple more E-tanks for her while doing these checks, so she probably feels a little more confident now.
5 is pretty comfy for heat runs. It's like Elias is gonna go for Lighthouse. Wait, hold on. This isn't right. So you can do... They have Lighthouses in Logic. What is this out of bounds for? Oh, yeah, Ice Temple out of bounds. Okay. Yeah, because they don't have Plasma. That's right. Fuki has Plasma.
Cannot remember if Draxus has reset since they got Cannonball, but if they haven't, they just lost it.
Yeah. I do think Adraxus being back in Aegon is the right play, though.
Oh, definitely, because you know the Ice Beam is here.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this would be 4 rooms away.
Oh, Sand Canyon? There it is. Oh, no.
No, that's the missile.
I lied.
So, let's see. Could be sand processing. It also could be that room just right outside of Storage C. That, with the name I always forget. Because no one's been there yet.
Torvus key number 2 for Ivy. Looks like, what is that, Dark Burst? Nice temple. I'm trying to see what that is on Elias's screen.
That is the STK that Adraxis did not pick up, so they will have to go back for that one.
Looks like Dark Burst and Chozo Ice Temple.
It's not particularly helpful right now, but it could be useful for some things. There it is, Sand Processing Ice Beam.
Okay.
That's been available for basically the entire time, once they got bombs.
I don't blame them, though, because they were at a point, though, where you're in Torvus, you're in sync, you know, at what point do you go back to Aegon for whatever checks? Like... So here's the interesting thing. Yeah, it looks like Elias is going to try to do in-logic stuff. I was wondering if they would try to do Farfen. My only reason for that
at this point, there's been nothing in Fen, so might as well do the in-logic stuff, because possible Fen just got completely deleted.
So Gravity Chamber has an SDK. That was why I was going to say that.
Ah.
But I do think it makes more sense to do stuff in logic, because you will find Varia. I'm pretty sure. Or more likely to. Well, it's most likely going to do the climb up for a good crash site, and then checking.
You know, Grav Suit Cargo Freight Lift would be entertaining.
Ugh. I've already seen that once this tournament. Not again.
Looks like Ivy may have put the Light Labs thing together.
Looks like Fuki will most likely, will make it to the backside of Magmore. Which could be big if Ivy gets this Ice Beam soon, because we do have to remember to fight, despite the fact that Elias has more checks than Ice Beam first, does not have Plasma.
That is very true.
I think a lot of it does also hinge on whether or not Elias finds anything with this Ice Beam in Far Chozo or in Life Grove area. So still pretty close race. I think Aether's Tablet still has the advantage right now. But a lot of it is going to come down to where is Varia and how soon Ivy picks up this Ice Beam for Fuki. And then also
I would
where Fuki
agree, but
goes.
those warps are letting Ivy pick up time here and there.
Yeah. That's one of those things that could play a huge difference later on. This Ice Beam and Varia Suit are incredibly important and pivotal to the race right now, though. It looks like Ivy's heading that way. I think there might be actually a good chance here that if Fuki's in the middle of Thardus and gets Ice Beam, may turn around and do Far Fen, because we know there's artifacts there. Or knows, oh, no, they don't know. They don't have hints. Never mind. So they're blind. Yeah, here we go. Ivy is doing it right now, and we'll grab that Ice Beam.
Yeah, that warp was huge for him because he is not far behind Adraxis.
Yeah, this catch-up has been pretty insane. Yeah, while Fuki may be behind on checks, Ivy's going to pull ahead here, I think. Having the ability to warp around. There it is.
Adraxis has no interest in that Wave Buster. Elias is trying the bomb despite being seconds away from getting boost, and he makes it. There is a suit, gravity suit in Life Grove.
Just realized I was muted. Good talk. So now that they have gravity, we know where thermal is, right? Because we saw a visor and knowing that we already had X-ray.
Yes, we did. Thermal is in Hall of Honor Dead.
Yeah. So there could be something in Frigate as well, since we have
I was just thinking Frigate.
I imagine Elias will do it backwards. I'm almost wondering if they'll go into mines, though.
I would think Frigate would probably be the better play because progression has been in Frigate so many times this tournament.
Okay, this is actually kind of big. Fuki is not going to front Fen. Or at the very least, maybe they're going for Kumon first. Nice
and
dash.
She gets the dash.
Elias is going for mines, it looks like. I agree with that. I think that's smart. Yeah, it looks like Fuki's unfortunately going to front Fen.
Chaika is dead.
Woo!
That is good knowledge to have, which unfortunately Ivy cannot get because he does not have Amber yet.
Grapple meme for Adraxis. Not really useful at this point since we already have Screw.
It makes some rooms faster. One hour, 30 minutes in, and we are finally seeing Sand Cash.
Mario suit? Missile.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, did Adraxis get a plasma hint? If Adraxis got a plasma hint, then that's actually game-changing.
So with Gravity Suit coming up, correct me if I'm wrong, but that does make it possible for Varia to be in Magmor, correct?
No, you don't have heat protection from gravity, so it wouldn't be in logic.
But you could be expected to essentially lava walk, because gravity gives you better movement in lava.
Heat runs aren't in logic, though, I believe. Any form of heat run is
Good
not in
point.
logic. Yeah. The only thing it does give you, though, Magma Pool would be in logic with gravity. That is a thing that is possible. Unfortunately, we already know that there's nothing over there. Looks like Ivy's gonna go ahead and do worms. As far as we know, I believe this is just for the artifact.
Yeah, might as well do it. I mean, he's here, so...
Yeah. Still have no idea where this Varia is. It is very possible logic is supposed to be that you're supposed to go to Life Grove, get your gravity, go through Frigate, and then go into Mines. And it's possible Varia could be in Mines, but is actually in logic, I believe.
We have both Echoes runners doing worms.
This is the second simultaneous worms we've had today.
And I think Ivy... Yeah, it looks like Ivy got the worm skip. So how this works is if you can damage the second worm before the first worm has completely left the ball that holds Dark Suit, it will skip the cutscene and you will get a third phase with only 2 worms. If you attempt it again, you'll soft lock yourself in this room.
Be with the worms forever.
And Adraxis has gotten worm skip as well. That is another thing. Hitting that light crystal with Dark Beam actually changes the hitbox so it's slightly taller than it would be normally. So you can just jump onto it and then jump onto the platform.
Interesting. I would imagine that Adraxis with that plasma hint should be heading towards that fairly soon. That is kind of a key piece. Especially if Elias decides to go to lower mines.
Yeah, with Elias in mines, you definitely want to get him his plasma beam if you can. Because he does have X-ray, so he can just continue on through OP.
Yeah, very nice strike from Elias, by the way. I don't know if anyone caught that. Froze the ice pirate, but left it there, so it was blocking the walkway. Now the other pirates could get up because of that, so made it a little bit cleaner getting up and avoiding the rest of them.
That's hilarious. And nothing for Fuki.
Yeah, Fuki's best interest will be to go to Life Grove and find that gravity suit. Oh, something I did not notice. Fuki has 7 artifacts already.
Yeah, because Ivy went through Sank and got all of the keys and artifacts there.
So despite the fact that I think Elias and Odraxis have a check lead, Fuki and Ivy have more SDKs and artifacts. This is still anyone's race.
And since Phazon hasn't shown up yet, it is a legitimate play to get Fuki all of her artifacts to then go get the Phazon hint.
Yeah. Ah, this race is so close. It's so good.
And Ivy gets air underwater very nicely. And is rewarded with his Amber translator at 1 hour and 35 minutes into the game. That is just not a good location for Amber.
No, that's terrible.
Without gravity boost, like, you're not really thinking, oh, I need to go to lower Torfus.
Yeah, it looks like Ivy's gonna go ahead and dip out now that they have that Amber. Did Amber actually block anything that was important in Aegon? I don't remember. This actually might be kind of a red herring.
I think... Oh, that was nice from Fuki.
Oh, the frog jump? Yeah.
Yep.
Frog
I'm not even going to pretend I understand how that works.
Oh, right. Yep. Amber does give hints. Also, Ivy once again putting this warp to really good use. The ability to save warp and then immediately also warp to any location is a very strong thing to have in a race.
Yeah, it's not really something you ever would think to do because quad is a little bit of a time sink. But if you can do it early enough like Ivy did, it definitely saves you time in the long run.
It looks like Fuki is going to Life Grove too. We haven't seen anything in mines yet, I will note that. Yeah, Elias had to turn around because he still did not have plasma. I was pretty sure Adraxis had got a hint for that. Maybe not.
If it was probably proximity.
Yeah. What if Varia is on OP?
That would be horrible. And I would kind of love it.
It's also possible. That's the scary part.
You know, it's also possible that Varia could be Spider Guardian. And there's that plasma beam.
All right, let's see what Fuki does with this gravity. Because I don't think... Did Elias go through Frigate?
Adraxis is going for Spider.
Yeah, so a couple things to watch here. Want to see what Spider is, want to see what Fuki does, and then Elias needs to figure out what he's doing next. It's possible that both Fuki and Elias do Frigate at the same time. Fuki is going to go for that bar skip. Alright, I guess Elias is going to do Lower Mines with the Plasma Beam in tow.
So with Spider Guardian, for some reason, the spider tracks in the first and last room are active, but the middle two rooms are not.
I always thought that was weird. Also, I lied. It looks like Elias is not going to Lower Mines, opting instead to go back up, despite having Plasma. It's possible for a save split here, maybe to go check Upper Mines and then use the save to go back down.
Elias making good use of the Elite Pirate's very narrow field of vision.
Yeah.
So another thing you can do in Spider Guardian, which Adraxis appears to be setting up for, is it's possible to bomb Spider Guardian from that ledge as it's walking past. Yeah, just like that.
Nice. Also, it looks like Fuki did get bar skip, and will do reverse frigate. Okay, here we go.
This could be big.
Three checks. Will either of them be Varia suit or Phazon suit? There's a couple different things, yeah. It just looks like a missile for the first one. Yeah, a little bit of frame droppage going on. Oh, Elias found Varia.
Varia in mines, that is not fun.
Looks like, I assume in PPC? That is not good for Team Phazite. I think they have to hope for, like, Phazon to be at Frigate or something.
Probably.
Yeah. The hope was Varia. Would have been the game changer, so... Yeah, plasma
that
processing.
being said, Adraxis still has quite a bit of cleanup to do, and with those warps, that does give Ivy a chance to catch up.
Yeah, it is an interesting story, because if you look at the Prime players only, you see it as, okay, you know, Aether Tablet's clear in the lead. But if you look at from the other side, Ivy has done an incredible job on the Echoes side, just clean up as much as possible. This has been very good play.
And Ivy is picking up that thermal.
Here's the plus side, too. Actually, no, never mind. I was going to say, Fuki, if Fuki goes from the PPC side, she'll find Varia way faster, but she'll have to go through mines in order to get it. I don't think she'll try to go through Twin Fires again without Varia. And it looks like Adraxis and Elias are starting cleanup. So I think at this point...
Well, besides the Phazon suit,
yeah,
the Varia suit was really the only thing they were looking for.
Yeah, so they are technically go mode as long as they find out where Phazon suit is. and it doesn't require gravity boost, but I think Adraxis could probably skip gravity boost, I think.
Very likely. And it just dawned on me that Ivy still has not gotten STK hints.
I'm trying to think what artifacts Fuki still needs. I think Fiery Shores and something else.
Well, yeah, she definitely needs that one in Magmor.
Hmm. Looks like I believe Fuki's gonna go to mines from here.
That would be where she needs to go.
There's a potential for Fuki to skip Varia, but they... I don't know. I think that's unlikely.
Well, you need Varia for plasma processing.
Not necessarily. So getting there technically is in logic, but the actual plasma processing room itself is not heated.
I don't know, that still seems like it'd be cutting it pretty close. But, I mean, if you don't have other options, might as well try it.
Yeah, I think their best bet right now is just to try to collect the rest of the artifacts, whatever they can, and then see if they find Varia along the way. It is also possible that Fuki already knows that and is planning to go through mines to go out PPC. Therefore, just skipping Varia entirely.
And Ivy is about to get STK hints.
Yeah, I think as soon as they see SDK hints, they might actually plan to try to skip Varia. Ironically, going out of PPC, if Fuki checks PPC, she'll find Varia. So if their plan is to go straight up for keys, and Fuki doesn't do a lot of checks in mines, that could catch them up and get allow them to get the win. Yeah, so the win condition here is just honestly just good routing from Fuki and Ivy. Yeah. I think this... It looks like Adraxis is doing some big catch-up, by the way. 6 STKs already. Same thing with Elias. So we're kind of even right now on STKs and artifacts. So this is largely going to come down to routing and what ones they have left. Oh, we're not in go mode. We don't have light suit.
Oh, right. So they're still hunting light suit.
Yeah. We still need Cobalt for Ivy as well.
He skipped the... Oh no, we do need Cobalt because... And he knows that now because of Sank Map Station.
Yeah.
It's just a question of will he remember that he's orphaned Hive Chamber B? Because like at this point in the game, like you are not thinking about the early Temple Grounds loop.
Sync map station is light suit required.
Light suit and cobalt.
Oh, it does look like Fuki is doing checks and mines. What is that?
I think that looks like a
Phazon
suit.
I think that's Phazon suit.
Elias did not have plasma beam when he came through here.
Oh, that's right! Oh, who knows when they're gonna come back for that. Elias might actually end up getting all their artifacts and going to do Ridley, only to find out that it was right there the whole time.
Yeah, that would not be some information you would want to learn.
Yeah, Fuki finding Phazon suit is actually huge. Yeah, Phazon is vanilla flamethrower.
So now the only real big unknown is that light suit.
Yeah. No hint for it yet. We are starting to run out of locations on both sides, though. I gotta imagine an Ivy and Fuki are talking about this and are considering just possibly just trying to skip Varia, because this is definitely possible.
Well, the big thing is that Cobalt Translator. If Ivy does not remember that he is orphaned Hive Chamber B, I don't know any way to skip that requirement for Sank Map Station.
It is possible for PMT Light Suit, which would be really bad for Elias.
Well, he's approaching that area, so we'll find out soon.
If this is PMT Light Suit, this is horrible for Team Aether Tablet. We'll have to do the entirety of mines, upper and lower again, to go find. Nope. Okay, just a missile. We're good.
Dodges a bullet there.
Yeah. Alright, both Prime players and mines, both Echoes players and Sank.
Oh, there is Light Suit.
Oh, Light Suit is in lower mines. Okay.
So yeah, that is the last thing Adraxis needed. So Adraxis can get all the keys, and Elias can go fight Ridley, get the hint, and know he has to run all the way back to mines.
Alright. Definite edge to Aether Tablet now. It's just a matter of fact how quick they can get the rest of their SD keys and artifacts. There's 2 each left. 7 and 7.
Looks like it.
Yeah, I think unfortunately this comes down to the Cobalt.
Yeah.
I think
Fuki very well might stumble into that light suit pretty quickly, but that Cobalt, Ivy is pretty far away from it.
Yeah, if Ivy had that Cobalt, this would be an incredibly close race. But I think unfortunately it's gonna probably be the thing that makes or breaks this game.
Which is kind of ironic. You'd think it would be that Varia suit that Fuki still does not have.
I think at this point we're past the Varia. I do have to say these SDKs and artifacts are pretty well spread out, so we'll see how much longer it takes everybody to clean up. One more SDK, 2 more artifacts on Aether tablet side.
I believe they're still missing STK from Torvis. I do not know which artifacts they're missing.
Nice puzzle from Ivy. It's like Elias is once again doing heat runs. Wait, did Elias lose?
He's probably going for that plasma processing one.
No, he's going back toward... Did Elias lose Varia? Wait, what happened?
It looks like he did. He must have reset.
Dude, a save split or something? Probably thought it was faster to save warp and probably didn't need the Varios, maybe the thought process?
Maybe.
Yeah. That does make it a little bit more difficult for Elias to get back to the PPC elevator to go to where Phazon suit is. They'll have to go through Life Grove. Only a small deviation though, that's not too much longer.
Still, probably not something he's going to be happy about when he finds out. Looks like Ivy is going for Airy.
That's not what we want to see.
He's not going to turn up anything here, but I don't blame him for doing this. Like, he's still searching for Lightsuit and possibly Varia.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be something. We, of course, know it's not.
Fuki will run into Lightsuit here within the next couple minutes as she traverses through lower mines.
Unfortunately, Dark Samus does not take 5 times damage from Annihilator in this fight. I am a bit surprised he's doing the entire fight. You can peek that item just from jumping.
Probably doesn't want to reset and lose multiplayer items, maybe? So I think you lose those when you reset? Correct me if I'm wrong.
You do not.
Okay.
The only thing you lose is Cannonball.
Does look like Elias is 9 artifacts, by the way. One last SDK left on Aether tablet side.
Is that the Hive entrance one, or has Adraxis already picked that up?
I think it's.
I'm assuming it's Hive entrance since Adraxis is back in sync.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Elias is heading to Ridley.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy when he reads that hint.
I think they still have this, though, because Adraxis is going to wrap up and start doing final bosses very soon, and that's going to put a timer on Team Phazite.
Yeah, and Ivy still has no clue where his Cobalt is.
Yeah.
And is unlikely to figure it out at this point.
Yeah, I think even if they were able to find it, Ivy is unfortunately at 4 SDKs.
Yeah, at this point they would probably need something to go seriously wrong on Aether Tablet's side, which is always a possibility, but not particularly likely.
No, I think this is pretty clean. I think at this point, Adraxis is going to grab this last SDK about the same time Ridley dies. Find out that Adraxis can go straight to final bosses, and meanwhile Elias will go grab Phazon suit, finish game. Very good race, though. It was very back and forth. It's pretty exciting, kind of seeing like.
Yeah, that quad play really did pay off for Ivy.
Yeah, if Ivy had Cobalt, they could have won this, I think. I think they pretty much spent like the best 20-30 minutes just looking for Cobalt, I think.
Unfortunately, yeah. And that check only got orphaned because Echo's bombs were so late.
Yeah. Yep. They're going to get their light suit right here. Yeah, Elias is making his way back to mines right now.
Ivy is currently playing for the remaining hints, but unfortunately, we already know that that's not going to pay off for him either. And Elias is almost at that Phazon suit. And turns the wrong way.
Okay, where is Elias going, actually? Elias doesn't think that's on grapple. I've gotten the two confused. Yeah, I think Elias is heading to grapple, thinking that was where Plasma was, is gonna see it get confused, and then... Wait!
Oh, does he think it's
not
OP?
room? It's not room specific.
It's not.
It's just somewhere in mines. I completely forgot about that.
So he might think he needs to go all the way down to OP.
Oh no! Okay, so Adraxis is still on final bosses regardless.
Yeah, so that will bring them down to one timer.
Yeah. So I still think they have this, but this is very unfortunate. Elias would have to get very lost, maybe possibly even think that they already picked up the flamethrower and not know where it was.
Unfortunately, without that cannonball, you gotta dodge all the tentacles and inglets. But this still isn't too difficult to fight. I say as Adraxis starts getting bullied by the inglet. Meanwhile, Fuki is doing OP. And here we see Emperor Ing 3.
Ooh, that looked like a good screw attack. Oh, actually not as good as I thought.
Yeah. And we see Adraxis screwing into the invisible hitbox underneath Emperor Ing. This works because of the developer oversight. There was initially going to be another part to this fight where Emperor Ing would bring up this shield that would have weak points at its knees. And they decided to scrap it, but never remove the hitbox. And for some reason, that links directly into his health. So, as compared to Prime, final bosses and Echoes are typically pretty quick.
Ivy Purifying Grab Boost, by the way, with a light suit, might be thinking that Cobalt is somewhere in Lower Torvus. Could be dangerous.
Yeah. I would not blame him for thinking that at this point. Because that Cobalt has been unhinted. So Adraxis has brought Dark Samus's health down right to the threshold of phase shifting. So what they're going to try and do is land a screw attack here to push Dark Samus past that point, and it looks like they missed. So if you can do that, essentially, you have the chance to completely skip the Dark Samus 4 part of this fight. Which is a lot slower than Dark Samus 3. Ah, looks like another miss there. So the risk with firing off missiles here is you could accidentally hit her, and that will immediately phase shift her into Dark Samus 4. Okay, that one worked. And Adraxis is going for Dark Beam strats, which I personally like this much more. Like Adraxis, I too have trouble landing that screw attack, so...
Yeah, it seems a lot more consistent.
And there is G from Adraxis.
Nice. All right, cool. We have our first render done. Elias is unfortunately still stumbling through mines, trying to find that Phazon suit.
Yeah, it looks like they did go all the way down to OP.
Fuki finishing the full climb out of PPC.
And finally getting her Varia suit. And Ivy warping to Torvis, which is unfortunately not the region he needs to be in. He was in the correct region. Elias attempting to set up a powerbomb skip on OP. I do not know why or how that works, but I don't think he got it.
I'm actually unfamiliar with that personally. I've always just known it with the one cycle. I'll have to look into that. I'm actually curious. Oh, the PB is just to keep the beam pirates from spawning. Ah.
And he gets the one cycle.
Very well done. Does not see Phazon suit. Probably a little confused, scratching heads. Trying to figure out where to go. Maybe thinking some PCA. Yeah, here we go. Here's the confusion. Actually looking forward to asking about that. Yeah,
he has completely forgotten about the flamethrower location.
Looks like he might have figured it out. He's heading to Upper Mines.
Fuki doing a nice bit of parkour to get that STK. It's amazing how many random things you can just stand on in these games.
Yeah.
General rule of thumb in Metroid Prime is if it looks like you can stand on it, you can stand on it. If it doesn't look like you can stand on it, you can still probably stand on it. Oh, I think Ivy might have finally realized. And nope, never mind, he's turning around.
No! Might be going to check ship. I don't know if he ever did that.
He's going to check this right here because he didn't have power bombs.
Yeah, Elias is very close. He's in the right room right now. It's on the flamethrower location, so he's just got to kill these pirates. He'll be at phase on suit. Oh, looked at his map. I'd like to at least see Ivy figure this out before the race is closed out.
Same.
Not going to the right place, though. Ivy is currently looking for Cobalt, which is locking one of the last SDKs.
It is in Hive Chamber B, which he has never gone back to check. Echo's bombs were really late in this seed, so when he went through DMT, he did not have any way to break that bomb tunnel.
And Elias is about to pick up that phase on suit. Probably very happy to see that.
Yep. Probably would have been happier if he went this way first.
Yeah, it is a bit unfortunate. If Ivy had this Cobalt from early on the beginning of the game, this would have been an extremely close race.
Oh, yeah.
For anyone
Generally,
coming in,
the slowest part of these seeds is routing Echoes, and with that early quad play, Ivy really solved that for himself.
yeah. For anyone just coming in now to the tail end of this race, do keep in mind we do have more races today. We are not done. Looks like... let's take a look. It's like we did have another race start about an hour ago, and then we have 2 more starting in about 3.5 hours. So plenty more races today, plenty more going on right now this very second, actually. After this one wraps up, I highly recommend hopping over to SpeedGaming 4, where Bash Prime and Malin will be doing commentary for Sluglin and Rai Shay versus Ginger Chris and Baja. So that would be a very good one as well, because they have random starts. Also, I think Avina already tagged it, but make sure to follow these runners. All these guys are very good players.
And I just realized that Fuki never got her grapple beam.
Nope. Very nice slope jump, though, to get the SDK on upper gravity.
Who needs gravity beam? Or grapple beam?
Gravity beam.
That would be a fun upgrade in a Metroid game.
Get on the ground!
Yep, and he is finally about to get his Cobalt.
He is not going to be happy.
No, he's not.
I hate that tunnel.
I do too. The hardest tunnel to get in this game.
So unfortunately a bit too late, but does end up finding that Cobalt, putting all the pieces together.
Elias is currently fighting Exo.
hoping for those early ice phases. Does get the first one. Does have Ice Spreader too. So you get the Ice Spreader hit, and then immediately after, before Exo can switch what beam type it is, you can land another Ice Spreader shot, skipping the phase.
And he got it.
Best case scenario, you skip wave phases, because those tend to be a bit longer.
Oh, I hate the wave phases.
Does get the extra super missile in, though. Able to make clean, quick work of that wave phase. That was very nice. Also, so at the start of Subchamber 3, you'll notice that he went backwards immediately. You were always going to get grappled by Exo at the start of Subchamber 3. So if you move backwards, you have more time to get straight shots with whatever beam.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, it's opting to just tank the damage from the nuke walls and focus on damaging Metroid Prime. Also, the first 3 subchambers, Exo will always alternate through the different beam types, adding 1 beam each subchamber. So as you can see, Elias switched to Ice Phase, knowing that there was only a couple possibilities, or maybe even just 1 left. Yeah, that was the last possibility, knowing it was going to be Ice Beam there.
And now we have the Chaos.
Yeah, random beams from Exo, switches it a lot. In the final phase, Exo will like basically double her speed as well.
Oh, that was hilarious. It switched to the beam it was currently on.
Oh. Alright, final phase here. A little bit of speed up. Does get hit with plasma, switches to wave.
No, Emperor P Exo skip is not banned. It's just hard to set up and do quickly, so if you're not comfortable with it, it's not worth attempting.
Biggest time save Exo skip can save in these randomizers is you can skip ice and wave technically if they're not required by anything else in the seed. Which has happened before.
And Adraxis never went back to pick up that thermal visor, so Elias will have to do the thermal stage blind.
Can be tricky, but based on Elias's knowledge of boss fights so far, I imagine he's probably pretty good without it. Elias timing the shots to interrupt attacks from Metroid Prime to try to get to the next pool faster. Yeah, so you can use Scan Visor here to try to locate Prime. It can be a little difficult. Does get a little bit of damage in before losing the pool. Basically, we're just gonna wait for it to switch to the next phase now.
Ivy picking up his Hive Entrance SDK.
Yeah, quietly in the background, Fuki and Ivy only have one SDK and artifact apiece. They may opt to finish their games, We will find out shortly.
And there is Essence. That is GG for Team Aether Tablet.
Well played. Sure, we'll get them in here for interviews in a moment. But honestly, very good race from all 4 runners. That was actually very exciting to watch. Probably my favorite race I've been able to watch so far.
Yeah, that easily could have gone the other way had Ivy gotten that Cobalt earlier.
Yeah. There's some very smart and interesting plays made this entire race. I think that made it really entertaining to watch.
How do we mark Aether Tablet as done?
Oh, I can do that. I just always forget to. All right, I'm sure we'll get them into here for commentary soon. Get a little bit of interviewage going on. Yeah, it does look like Team Phazite is opting to finish at the seed. I respect that.
I don't blame them. They were so close to finishing. Might as well at this point.
Yeah, honestly, if there was a Cobalt hint, this could have gone an entirely different direction. Very unlucky in that regard.
Oh, agreed. 100%.
Looks like Ivy's heading the final bosses right now. And so is Fuki.
And Elias apparently needs to get Nitro to join the interview.
Like I said, we'll probably get them in here in a few. In the meantime, we can check out Ivy and Fuki take on final bosses. Fuki with a really nice Ridley fight, by the way, interrupting these dashes with charge shots.
Yeah, that was some nice free aiming.
Oh, misses that one, though. Very close.
Gotta love how they just forgot to program immunity to boost ball into Ridley, though.
Yeah. It's a shame they didn't program out charges because they suck. Ridley will go down here now, though. Oh, no, one more. I lied.
Hello, Elias.
Hello, GG's.
I apologize. I was not expecting that to be an issue, but I'm here now.
Hey, no worries.
Representing Aether Tablet, Team Aether Tablet.
Yeah, well
Is
played.
Adraxis not joining us?
Not today.
No worries. How do you feel about the seed? Actually, first things first, how do you feel about Phazon's seed?
I have no feeling at this point. I'm numb to all. No, I feel bad. Yeah, that was. And the funny thing is, we could have ruled it out too. Like we went back and forth. As you can probably tell. I'm like, do we do OP? Do we not? And it's probably for the best. We still ended up not doing it. But we went back. We had basically everything except Phazon suit, and we're like, okay, where's Phazon suit? It's in my mind. Well, the good news is, Audra, go beat your game, right?
Yeah.
The bad news for me, because of that weird Magmor artifact placement, which I still managed to finish without area, even though I knew where it was at that point. Yeah, it was just like, well, it's probably OP. Not even thinking about Storage Depot. Not a thought in my mind. You passed it. You get Plasma after that when you're like Borderlore Mines. It's like, okay, well, what do I do with Plasma? And I have Plasma now. Where's Phazon suit? You start thinking about other things. And you know that you gambled not doing OP, so it's like, all right, well, it's OP. Plus, that's technically the check density anyway, 2 versus 1.
Yeah.
I do all that. It's not there. I have a moment where I'm just like, what did I do wrong? Did I mislook at something? What's happening here? And then we both at the same time were like, Storage Depot. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we knew where it was, and so when we started to see you go towards like ore processing and then go down to lower mines, we're like, oh, what is he doing? But don't worry, Ivy Paw made a much bigger oof than that.
I would suspect if you knew where Phazon was by the time I did that, and they're still playing, that they must have.
Yeah. Also, very nice heat runs.
I
Very well played.
really wish I was able to get the artifact on the 6 tanks and no suits. I was so close so many times, but I was just like, you know what? I can just go straight through if I just check Ice Temple first, out of bounds, and then I can just go straight through to Talon, and don't have to worry about doubling back and doing that weird thing. Which I did end up kind of doing at the end there when I had to skip over to Fen, but yeah, it was unfortunate because I had to, go back for that later and everything. But,
We were honestly surprised that nothing turned up in Fen.
Yeah, it was just some STKs in the back that we definitely tried to route in sooner rather than later. It's the main reason actually we didn't do OP.
Yeah,
And
so
then,
I don't want...
no, it's not too much else there.
Yeah. Very nice Exo fight, by the way.
I was more impressed with my Ridley fight. It was basically a perfect Ridley fight, and I was very happy about that. And then the victory was short-lived when I saw the phase on it.
Heart drop a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Because it's like, oh, I got the artifact. I would have to go. Yeah.
And that is a nice DS4 skip from Ivy, landing his screw attacks.
Nice.
Just got Fuki and Exo. Yeah, so the big issue for Team Phazite was Ivy Paw completely hot-dogged Cobalt, and they did not get it until about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it really sucks that was unhinted.
Yeah, no, it was something that I heard Audra get like somewhat early on. I was just like, okay, well, that'll probably be useful for later. Yeah, glad it was.
Yeah, it was pretty close though. Like you guys had very different pathing and routes, but it still ended up being like I can't tell who's in the lead. So
Yeah.
Ivy actually killed Quad very early on and was able to warp all around the place and catch up on like checks very quickly.
Okay, yeah, that's a interesting. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, had he not orphaned that Cobalt, they very easily could have taken this.
Well, I'm betting, you know, with that much fast travel at your fingertips, it's easier to orphan checks like that. Because
So,
we
Ivy, how are you feeling about that Cobalt?
Not well.
Yeah. I will say
I
the
knew there
quad
was
play
something
was
there, so I'm like, I'm failing this check. I need to get back to here. It's like, I'm gonna feel real bad if it's there.
yeah. The quad play was pretty cool though. We were both commenting on that most of the race.
Yeah, it's like I had stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do quad, need 2 most. See if there's anything. It's unhinted.
Mm.
And I was like, I could actually just warp anywhere I need to. So now I just warp if I need to get to somewhere.
Yeah, that really did pay off for you. Had you not orphaned that Cobalt,
Yeah, the orphan was about to kill us.
GG's though. It was well played from both sides. It was probably my favorite
Yeah.
race I've watched so far in the tournament.
GG. Happy to entertain in some way or another. It was fun waiting for Morph Ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I was
about
like,
that.
where is this morph ball? And I get to set to mining. It's like, oh, I get the slow up. It's like, oh, there it is. All right, bet. Let's get it quickly.
and Fuki has put in a DNF.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard many pangs of distress from echoes on my end. It sounds like you
Yeah.
had some as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was well played. Any other thoughts on the seed?
Other than the baited gravity boost and feeding pit.
Oh yeah.
I was really hoping that was Cobalt. I was like, oh, thank God, if that's Cobalt, that'd be very helpful right now.
We took a little time to get Ice Beam, I think.
Yeah.
We were in a situation where Audra could do Echo Sense, but had, you know, for I was paying attention to my own game, but for whatever reason, like had checked density somewhere else or knew where something else was, but knew that Ice Beam was 4 rooms away from SDK 3, and not until they were like super far away was it like, oh, if I got hints, I would know where your Ice Beam is.
Yeah.
So then they pivoted and got those. It ended up working out.
Welcome,
Welcome,
Fuki.
Fuki. GG's.
Yeah.
You know, that was another thing. Audra and Ivy got Ice Beam really close to each other.
Oh, okay.
Grapple guard was double damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Control tower cannonball. Okay.
There was a pretty funny point where both Adraxis and Ivy were both doing the same thing at the same time for like 30 seconds in Dark Aegon. Doing the same pathing and everything. It was pretty funny.
It's good. I remember saving somewhere in Showzone, looking over at Audra's screen, and they were also saving. I'm like, yeah, save sync.
Yeah. Double worms too. Did worms at the same time.
Nice. Well, it sounds like it was a fun race. I might have to go rewatch it.
Yeah, I think it's worth rewatching because there is like a lot of you guys had very polar opposite paths, and I think the big thing was you doing all those heat runs and putting you in Fen early. And that caused some changes in routing that made things very interesting.
Yeah, I was fortunate, you know, after doing a couple of those heat runs from the front of Fen, that everything in Magmor was accounted for. It was just that artifact that was bugging me, right?
Yeah.
And I knew I'd have to come back for that. Didn't think I would have to come back for it without Varia, but yeah, so just knowing that those checks were sort of out of mind. Yeah,
we did find Varia though.
Oh yeah, no, I found it and then reset. And yeah. Just how it worked out.
Let's see. That was a dumb spot for it, so we had to go the backwards Magmar just to go get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's been happening a lot these seeds. I've noticed that where it's been requiring like a far Magmor.
Ice Beam before Varia. The rando version.
Oh, do you guys have any other comments on this run?
It's Lucky's fault.
How dare you? We did not have vanilla bombs this seed.
Thank goodness.
We had something
All right, well.
so much worse.
Yeah.
Thank you for the race. For anyone tuning in, make sure you follow the runners. They all played incredibly well, all very good runners. We do have more races going on as we speak. Definitely go check those out over at SpeedGaming 4. And SpeedGaming 3 is probably wrapped up, but you can go check it out, see if it's still going on. And then there's a few more races happening a little bit later today in a couple of hours. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in, and see you next mission.
See you next mission.
Thanks a bunch. So follow the commentators.